Am I audible to everyone? Yes, thank you. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the gate turn of thyristor and some of the basics about the driver circuit. Okay, and before that, I give some important points about your test, internal test, online test, open book test. So our test is on 4th, right? 4th morning, forenoon session, 10 to 11 a.m., right? So you have three parts. I hope you may aware of that. Part A, B, C. Part A, 5 multiple choice questions, and part B, 5 2 marks. And part C, 115 marks. I have added a choice for 15 mark question. Okay, totally 30 marks. It is an open book test. So the thing is, all of you will not get the same question paper. So there are changes in the question paper set. So since this is your open book test, you try to find out an answer from a book and the sources which is available in Google Classroom. Okay. So do you have any queries related to online test? You have a grace period of 15 minutes to upload your PDF, the final test paper. Okay. So use A4 sheet. Do not use other sheets like ruled papers or a notebook to write the test. Use A4 sheet to write, and make sure that the PDF which you are uploading is have a clarity. Okay. So this is all about the internal test. Okay. So if you have any queries, please ask me personally or after the class. Okay. Okay, pa? Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the gate turn off thyristor. There are two devices that is left out. One is GTO, another one is IGCT, insulated gate commutated thyristor. So these two are comes under thyristor family. So two devices are comes under thyristor family. So before that, so we quickly go through the important parameters of the devices which we have discussed so far. Okay, so first one is SCR, also called as thyristor, and power BJT, power MOSFET, and IGBT. These are the four devices we have discussed so far. So if you take the symbol SCR having the structure of diode, and only thing is gate is added. In BJT there are two types. One is NPN and another one is PNP. So this is triggered using a positive base, and this is triggered using a negative base current. Similarly, you have a MOSFET. There are two types, N channel and P channel. So the direction of current indicated is an N channel. So again, we can classify this N channel into enhancement type and depletion type, and we are not going to get into details of that. Okay, so P channel, only the current direction is different. The current direction is outward, right? So here you have a collector emitter, base. This is drain and source. This is drain and source. There are two main terminals and you have additional terminal called gate. So IGBT has a structure of a transistor. So this is collector, emitter, and the gate. Gate is insulated or isolated. That is why we are calling it as IGBT. So if you take an SCR, we can use a normal pulse, PWM pulse, or a latching voltage, or it is also called as a latching device. So we can use a pulses for triggering. That is, we can apply a normal DC voltage to trigger the device. And these three devices, BJT, MOSFET, and IGBT, comes under linear triggering. So we have to follow a pattern to trigger the device. So we can use a linear triggering. So we have to fix the gate current or gate voltage. Okay, so these three comes under linear triggering. So thyristor is an majority charge carrier device. It is a majority carrier device. So it controls the current flow, right? And BJT is an bipolar device. It controls both holes as well as electrons. So the current direction is in both way. So it comes under a bipolar device. And MOSFET is again a majority carrier device. And again, IGBT is a majority carrier device. Okay. And if you take the gate, control of gate, here there is no control over gate. Because once it is triggered, we cannot control, we cannot turn off the device. Here, these three devices, BJT and MOSFET, are controlled using a gate control circuit. Okay. So if you compare the on-state drop of all the devices, the SCR has a drop of less than 2 volt, and similarly BJT has less than 2 volt voltage drop, and the MOSFET has a drop. So it depends on the power rating, the voltage drop, on-state voltage drop of the device will vary from 4 volt to 6 volt. And IGBT, it is about 3.3 volt. Okay, so 4 to 6 volt is a non-state voltage drop across MOSFET, and 3.3 volt is an voltage drop across an IGBT during an on-state. So the next important parameter is switching frequency. So the switching frequency of a MOSFET, SCR is, we can operate this SCR 500 Hz to maximum of 1 kHz. So that much frequency it will support. And BJT has a switching frequency of 10 kHz. Up to 10 kHz, we can operate a BJT. And MOSFET, you know the feature of a MOSFET, it can be operated at higher frequency. So we can operate 0 to maximum of 20 kHz to maximum of 100 kHz. See the difference. This is about 10 kHz, but the MOSFET can be operated up to 100 kHz. Okay. And IGBT, which can be operated at 20 kHz. Okay. So the gate drive circuit are required to control the current. So SCR is an current control device. BJT is an current control device. MOSFET requires a voltage control, right? So gate is control using an voltage. So here it is a gate voltage, MOSFET is controlled by gate voltage. These two devices are controlled by using a gate current. So the driver circuit needs to control the current. Okay. So then snubber circuit. So here, so depends on the power rating, you will select R, C, D snubber, right? So this R, C, and D, this is a capacitor may be an unpolarized device. So the polarity does not require to design a snubber circuit for an SCR. So the SCR has an unpolarized devices in this snubber circuit arrangement. And for BJT, it is used for AC control application. And so if you connect a capacitor across the device, RCL, L cannot be used in snubber circuit. RCD, resistor, capacitor, and diode. Okay. So if it is in BJT, if you are connecting an RCD across the device, that capacitor should have a polarity. Otherwise, if you don't have a polarity, that will bypass your AC supply through it. So we should use a polarized capacitor, a polarized device for the snubber circuit, particularly for BJT. Okay, so the snubber circuit consists of a polarized devices. Okay, so MOSFET, you don't need any external snubber circuit. So because the switching losses of a MOSFET is very less compared with the other devices, and snubber circuit is not required for most of the cases. And we may also include a snubber circuit if there is a problem with the circuit arrangement or circuit topology which we are using. Okay, and similarly for IGBT there is no need. Okay, so most of the MOSFET and IGBT comes with some internal diode arrangement. Okay, internal parallel diode or body diode arrangement that will take care of the protection. Okay, so in such a case, there is no need to provide an external additional circuit for snubber. Okay, so temperature, if you take a temperature coefficient of all the devices, so the devices will be affected by a positive or negative temperature coefficient. So that current or rise in voltage magnitude depends on the temperature. Okay, so and SCR and BJT has a negative temperature coefficient, and MOSFET has a positive temperature coefficient. Okay, and if you take an IGBT, it is optimal. So because it has the feature of what positive, and sometimes it may affected by negative. So it is an optimal. So it usually have a flat or constant temperature coefficient. So normally it is positive. In some cases, it will respond to a negative temperature. Okay. So the voltage and current rating. So we discussed about the internal characteristics and the external parameters, like it depends on the load rating and voltage rating of device. That in market you may able to get a 10 kV. The voltage rating of the device is a 10 kV, and the maximum current rating of the device is 4 kiloamps. BJT you may get around 2 kV rating and 1 kiloamp rating, and MOSFET 1 kV per 50 amps, and for IGBT it is 1.5 kV to 400 amps. Look at the difference. So these devices are operated to control the maximum current in terms of 4000 amps or 1000 amps. So MOSFET, see the difference. You may have 1000-volt and 50 amps because this is an voltage control device. So we can use a MOSFET only for low voltage application, particularly for DC to DC control. So these two devices can be operated in DC to AC or AC to AC voltage control applications. Sorry, AC to DC rectifier as well as AC voltage control application, we can use this. And for DC to AC inverter operation, we can use an IGBT. Okay, so these are the some of the comparison. So we need to know this, comparison for selecting the particular or right component for a particular application. Okay, so today we are going to discuss one more device which is not listed in this table, that is called as GTO. One more device is called IGCT. So this IGCT has the feature of MOSFET as well as IGBT. Okay, so the internal structure of the device is very high. So the only manufacturer is ABB. You may heard about ABB is the only company which is manufacturing IGCT, a single device. So actually last year we purchased one equipment to test the characteristics of IGCT. And while inquiring the particular specification rating, and the device is available only at 4 kilowatt range. Okay, so the minimum rating of this device is 4 kilowatt. A single device size is very small, and it comes with a dedicated driver circuit. A single device is cost around 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so it may have a protection circuit. It has its own driver circuit, and so only thing is we need to select the device and we need to connect it to the circuit. So for HVDC or AC transmission network, for example, fax devices, we can use this device. Okay, so this is a new device which is included in your syllabus. So we are going to discuss this in next class. Okay, so today we are going to complete a gate turn off thyristor. So another device, it is almost equal to thyristor. Okay, so we may discuss the difference. Okay, so gate turn off thyristor, and so you may know the symbol of thyristor, right? So this is anode and cathode. So thyristor is a 4-layer, 3-terminal and 3-junction device, right? Similarly, GTO is also an 4-layer, 3-terminal, 3-junction device. And the external terminal is a gate. Usually when you apply a gate current, the device will turn on, and that is why we are calling it as unidirectional device, and there is no control over the gate. And in order to control the device, we need to change the polarity, or you need to change the you have to add external circuit to turn off the device. Instead of doing all those things, in internal structure they made some changes. One is, when you apply a positive gate, the device will turn on. When you apply a negative gate, when you apply positive gate, the device will trigger, that is turn on. When you apply negative gate pulse, it will turn off. So like this. So this is your gate pulse. This is your positive gate pulse. When you apply this positive gate, the device comes to on state. When you apply a negative gate pulse like this, minus Vg, the device will goes to off. And that is why we are calling it as a gate turn off, that is GTO, gate turn off thyristor. So GTO is nothing but it has the structure of thyristor. The only difference is we can able to turn off the device using a negative gate pulse. We can able to turn off the device using a negative gate pulse or negative gate current. So the if you compare the current rating of the device with GTO, if you compare GTO and normal SCR, okay, so the current rating, current requirement at gate of GTO is high because we are adding one more layer to do the turn off operation using a negative gate pulse. So we are adding this. So the current requirement of that region is higher compared with a normal SCR. So normally the gain at that layer, that region, gate and the cathode region has a gain around 4 to 5 times. So the GTO has a gain, current gain, gate current gain of 4 to 5 times. So this gain is required to turn off the device. Okay. So during conduction time, during conduction, it behaves normally like it behaves like an ACR. It behaves like an ACR. Or thyristor. So the drop across the device is very low. So the on state voltage drop of the device is very low. Okay. So only thing is we are triggering using a positive gate pulse and we are triggering off or turn off the device using a negative gate pulse. So the current requirement of this GTO is high compared with the SCR. So normally it is 4 to 5 times of the actual gate current. Okay. So otherwise the device will act as similar like an SCR. It is similar to your SCR. Okay. So if you look at the internal structure, okay, and this is your base layer. So P plus base layer, and over which we are forming an N minus layer, and over which we are having a P plus layer. And in order to form the buffer layer, additional buffer layer, that is this gate, negative gate buffer, we are forming an shorted anode terminals. We are calling it as a shorted anode terminals. So this is one N plus layer which is formed over the P plus, and this is called shorted. So N plus P plus are shorted. So this is called anode shorted circuit. It means we can able to inject holes or currents through this layer. That is the meaning of what? Anode shorted circuit. So other regions are remain same. This is P plus, N plus, P plus, N plus, and again P plus. So this layer forms your anode. And this junction is J1 and this is junction J2. If you take this structure alone, this forms a PNP transistor. Okay, this layer, 3 layers forms a PNP layer, and over which we have a gate terminal. Okay, this is your gate, and over which we are forming a 2 more layers, N plus, N plus. Okay, so this is your cathode. Okay, so these 3 layers forms NPN transistor, and these 3 will form PNP transistor. A common terminal is P plus layer, and this is also called as a gate region. Okay, so this is called a gate region. It is a common for what? This PNP structure as well as, sorry, NPN structure as well as PNP structure. So if you draw the equivalent circuit, you will get this. So already we discussed this for two transistor model of an SCR, right? The same thing. If you draw this equivalent circuit model, this is NPN, PNP. So this is common. So this is your gate. So this is your cathode. This is your anode. And if you connect anode cathode current, the current will flow, the main circuit current or load current will flow from anode to cathode. And if you apply gate, the current will flow from this to this. So the thing is, we are adding a positive gate pulse to trigger to turn on the device, and similarly we are applying a negative gate pulse to turn off the device. So this is used for on and this is used for off. Okay, so we are going to compare this feature. Okay, so this is all about the internal structure. So usually P plus layer has a concentration of 10 power 19 centimeter minus 3. N minus has a concentration of 10 power 16 centimeter minus 3, and again 19 centimeter minus 3, and N plus has, so this junction is J3. So there are 3 junctions. So that is why we are calling it as a 3 terminal 3 junction device. So J1, J2, and J3. So the conduction or the state of this 3 junction will decides the on and off process of GTO. Okay. So if you, in order to understand the circuit operation, we can write the current equation. Already we derived it for 2 transistor. So once again I repeat. Okay. So here you have 2 circuits. Okay. NPN and PNP, and we derived an equation for collector current 1. So it is alpha 1 IA plus IC B01. So alpha 1 is related to this, the current gain of this transistor. This is your anode current, and this is your cathode current, and this is your gate current. Okay, and alpha 2 is a current gain of a second transistor, and IC B01 denotes the collector base voltage drop. So IC2 is equal to the base current. IC2 is nothing but the base current of second transistor or gate current. Okay, so that is B2, IB2. So this will decides the gain of this transistor alpha 2 and IK, that is output current, and IC B02. So I have these two currents, and if I substitute these two current values in this equation, IK plus IG, already we discussed this, and you go through it, and I just going to write the final equation, right? Okay, so you will get IA. Here IA value is an alpha 2 times of IK plus IC B01 and IC B02, and I hope you may remember this equation, right? 1 minus alpha 1 plus alpha 2, and we discussed this equation using an alpha 1 and alpha 2. Okay, so alpha 1 is a current gain of a first transistor in PNP transistor, alpha 2 is a current gain of PNP NPN transistor, and IC naught B1, IC naught B2 is the current or leakage current at these two junctions, J1 and J2. So J1 and J2 has a leakage current of IC B01 and IC B02. Okay, these are all the factors will decide the current flow, the maximum current flow or turn on process of the device or the turn off process of the device. So already you know, if you bring your anode current below what? Below the holding current. If you bring your anode current below holding current, the device will off. So in order to support this, we are using these two factors, alpha 1 and alpha 2. And so once again, I repeat. Okay. Okay. So if you apply a VAK, anode cathode voltage, across the device. So this is your device, and this is your gate GTO, and you are applying anode cathode voltage. This is your VAK. So if you increase it from 0 to maximum, when VG is equal to 0, so VAK is applied when VG is equal to 0. Okay, so the device is in off state. So your anode current is 0, and a leakage current across the device, because you have applied VAK. So across the junction, IC B01 and IC B02, you have a current which is very, very small. Okay, so if you during this state, if you apply gate current, if you increase your gate voltage, your gate current will increase, and that will influence your gain. So the gain of this transistor and this transistor is done influenced by this gate. Okay, so when you apply gate current using an external source, your alpha 1 plus alpha 2 value is small because you are increasing. Okay, so if it is approximately equal or less than 1, if it is less than 1, then the device starts to conduct. It means your anode current increases and it reaches the minimum level of IH, that is called holding current. This is your holding current. Okay, so when you increase this anode current by changing the gate current, and once it is latched, your anode current is latched, device is on. So up to this, you can feel the operation of a normal SCR, a normal thyristor, right? And if you want to turn off, that is difficult in SCR, but here we can able to turn off the device using a negative gate pulse. Okay, in order to turn off the device, so the gate is connected to negative terminal of a source with respect to the cathode. So we are connecting a negative supply to gate and cathode. So if you look at this source, now the holes are injected at this region. So now the holes are injected in P plus region. That will increase the width of J2 and J3. So now we are injecting holes in this region. So that will increase the width of the depletion layer across the junction J3 and J2. And moreover, the anode current is shifted towards gate. So already the anode current is flowing in this direction, right? So due to this external supply, negative supply, your anode current is shifted towards this, not towards cathode. It shifted towards what? Gate. So it will increases the depletion layer width across this junction as well as this junction. So the device comes to off. I hope you make clear. ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்காப்பா எப்படி டர்ன் ஆஃப் ஆகுதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு? ஆன் பண்றது சிம்பிள். இது கேட்டுக்கு வந்து பாசிட்டிவ், இது வந்து பாசிட்டிவா இருந்ததுன்னா நோ இஷ்யூஸ் வித் ரெஸ்பெக்ட் டு கேத்தோட் டெர்மினல். சரிங்களா? இப்படி. ஸோ இது உங்களோட டிவைஸ். இந்த கேட்டுக்கு பாசிட்டிவ் சப்ளை கொடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, பாசிட்டிவ் கேட் கொடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா பாசிட்டிவ் கேட் கரண்ட் ஃப்ளோ ஆகும். ஸோ டிவைஸ் வந்து டர்ன் ஆன் ஆகும். சரியா? ஸோ நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், we are changing the gate pulse. ஸோ கேட் வோல்டேஜ் என்ன பண்றீங்க, ரிவர்ஸ் பண்றீங்க இந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ நெகட்டிவ் கேட் கரண்ட் இஸ் அப்ளைட் with respect to the cathode. So this is your cathode terminal reference வச்சுட்டு இந்த சோர்ஸை வந்து அப்ளை பண்றோம். சரியா? ஸோ இந்த கேஸ்ல என்ன ஆகுது அப்படின்னா, அந்த கரண்ட் ஃப்ளோ வந்து, ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஆனோட், திஸ் இஸ் கேத்தோட், and this is your gate. Yeah. So normally if the flow in the current, anode to cathode flow in the current, when you apply a negative gate voltage, இங்க என்ன பண்றீங்க, ஹோல்ஸ் வந்து ஆட் பண்றீங்க. இந்த ரீஜன்ல எக்ஸஸ் ஹோல்ஸ் வந்து இன்க்ளூட் பண்றதுனால இங்க ஃப்ளோ ஆயிட்டு இருக்க எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் என்ன அது, which is attracted towards this, so it is diverted towards this gate terminal, so the turn off process is very much easier due to this excess holes. புரிஞ்சுதாப்பா? So these are all electrons which is already flowing. That is why we are not able to turn off the SCR. Normal SCR வந்து அதனால தான் நம்மளால turn off பண்ண முடியல. ஏன்னா நம்மளுக்கு ப்ரொவிஷன் கிடையாது, கேட்டை வந்து சேஞ்ச் பண்றதுக்கு ப்ரொவிஷன் இல்லை. பட் இங்க என்ன இருக்கு, ஜிடிஓல we have a provision of changing the gate magnitude polarity. சரியா? ஸோ இப்படி மாற்றும் போது ஹோல்ஸ் நம்மளால இன்ஜெக்ட் பண்ண முடியுது. ஸோ த எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் ஆல்ரெடி விச் இஸ் ஃப்ளோயிங் ஃப்ரம் ஆனோட் டு கேத்தோட், தட் இஸ் லோட் கரண்ட் ஆர் ஆனோட் கரண்ட், are diverted towards a gate. So the junctions J1 and J3 are used to block or blocks the current, it blocks the current flow due to this increase in thickness. So the holes and the electrons at these junctions are neutralized, that blocks the current flow. சரியாப்பா? ஸோ இதுல ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்தா கேளுங்க. I hope you make clear. Okay, டவுட் இருக்காப்பா? இருக்காது டவுட்? ஓகேப்பா. சரி. ஸோ இதோட ஸ்விட்சிங் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் ஆர் நார்மல் ஸ்டாட்டிக் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா இட் இஸ் சிமிலர் டு யுவர் SCR. ஓகே, ஸோ இஃப் யூ டேக் ஸ்டெடி ஸ்டேட் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ், we are applying anode cathode voltage and anode current. This is input characteristics drawn between gate voltage and gate current. So your device starts to conduct at different magnitudes, gate voltage and gate current magnitude. So this is your input or gate characteristics of GTO. Similarly, output characteristics for different gate current, this is for one gate current, and this is for another gate current, and this is for another gate current. So the gate current magnitude decides the turn on time period. Okay, also the anode cathode voltage magnitude will also decides the conduction period of the device. Okay, so like an SCR, you have the increase in voltage magnitude, and when you apply gate current, a sudden rise in current takes place. So this current magnitude is classified into two. One is the latching current, another one is holding current. You know the difference between latching and holding current. Similarly, during reverse bias, when you apply a negative anode cathode voltage, till this reverse breakover voltage, the device has some leakage current, except that it won't conduct, and beyond the limit it starts to conduct. This breakdown is called avalanche breakdown. So during reverse bias condition, beyond a certain voltage limit, the device starts to conduct. That is called avalanche breakdown. That happens like SCR. GTO is also having a reverse breakover. Okay, so except that there is no issue, right? So if you remove the gate pulse, the device is on, and only thing is you have to reverse this current magnitude, turn off the device. That is why we are calling it as GTO. Okay. So the next one is switching characteristics of or dynamic characteristics of a GTO. Dynamic characteristics of GTO. So we can take two graphs. Okay, so this is belongs to your anode current and anode cathode voltage, and second graph indicates your gate current and gate voltage magnitude. Okay, so there are two time intervals during turn on process. So one is delay time, another one is rise time. Here the turn of these two will decide the turn on time period of the device. Okay, similarly the turn off period is classified into three intervals or categorized into three intervals. One is storage time TS and TF, and we are including a new time period called tail time, or during this time your current magnitude will have some sudden rise during a turn off time period. So all together will decides the turn off time period of GTO. So during TD, that is delay time of a turn on process, you have an anode cathode voltage and you have anode current. So this is your anode current and this is your anode cathode voltage. So when the device is off, so you are having a maximum anode cathode voltage across the device, and when you apply a gate pulse, it takes some time to excite the electrons and holes in the junction J1 and J2 to make the device to conduct. So this is a time period at which your anode cathode voltage excites the junction J1 as plus J3. When you apply a gate voltage that will excite junction J3, then this voltage starts to reduce. So it means after delay time, your anode current increases and your anode cathode voltage reaches minimum. So if you take this point, your anode current is almost 10%. Here it is 100%. So it reaches a maximum value. Here anode cathode voltage beyond this point is 0.1. Okay, so this is 90%, 0.9% of IA. After this, it is 100% of IA. So during turn off time period, okay, so during turn off time period, the first one is storage time. During the storage time, you are applying a negative gate pulse. Okay, you are applying a negative gate pulse to turn off the device. So your device will gain the charges during this interval, and after this it reduces to 0 or minimum. And during this storage time, so there is no change in the current magnitude, and after TS it tries to increase. So during fall time, your maximum current falls from 100% to 10% of its value, and the current may increases to maximum. Okay, so during this tail interval, and due to the sudden increase, a sudden change in the junction polarity, your current may be having some sudden rise, and your voltage magnitude has some sudden rise, and the current is also changes a little bit. So that is why we are calling this as tail current or tail voltage magnitude. So there is a sudden change in voltage and current across junction J1 and J3 occurs during this time period. That is why we are calling it as a tail time period, like a tail, sudden change. Okay, so if you look at the voltage magnitude and current magnitude across the gate terminal, so this is your positive gate, or we may call it as charges across a gate junction, and the potential across the gate junction, and it has a small drop, So when you apply a positive gate voltage, your current will be maximum. So the current requirement of GTO is higher than your SCR, and it will trigger the device. During this point, your current is maximum, so the device comes to on, and it has a small voltage drop across the junction. If you want to turn off the device, you have to reverse the voltage magnitude. You have to reverse the voltage magnitude as well as the current magnitude. So the current lags by some angle because of what? This reversal. So the time taken by your GTO to overcome this reversal is called tail time, spread over time, and fall time. So because of this lag, we are having some sudden rise in current and voltage magnitude. Okay, so after this, it will become 0. Okay, so this is for a positive gate pulse, gate voltage, and positive gate current. This is for negative gate voltage and negative gate current. You may have this response. Okay, so next class I will give some more detailed and application of GTO, and then we may cover the IGCT. Okay, so that will help you to design some circuits, particularly AC chopper circuit using a GTO. Okay, so we may discuss this that in next class. இது வரைக்கும் ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்தா மட்டும் கேளுங்க, or any other queries related to test ஏதாவது இருந்தா கேளுங்க. ஸோ நாளைக்கு டெஸ்ட்டுக்கு 4 டிவைசஸ் மட்டும்தான், SCR, BJT, MOSFET and IGBT, பவர் டயோட். சரியா? அப்புறம் பேசிக் டெஃபினிஷன்ஸ், அந்த ஸ்விட்சிங் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கிளியரா படிச்சுக்கோங்க. நாளைக்கு அதுதான் டெஸ்ட்டுக்கு. ஓகேவாப்பா? வேற ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்தா கேளுங்க. Any doubts? எந்த டவுட் இல்லையா? No. Okay. This GTO, there is a portion, sir. No pa. GTO நான் இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணல, அது அடுத்த டெஸ்ட் கூட வச்சுக்கலாம். GTOவும் IGCTயும் நெக்ஸ்ட் டெஸ்ட்க்கு வச்சுக்கலாம். இப்போதைக்கு இந்த 5 டிவைஸ், பவர் டயோட், SCR, MOSFET, BJT and IGBT, இந்த மட்டும் படிங்க போதும். Okay, internal structure, input output characteristics, and அதோட switching characteristics டீடைல்டா நல்லா பண்ணணும். சரியாப்பா? ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் வந்து நல்லா சொன்னேனே, அசைன்மெண்ட் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் பார்த்துட்டு வாங்க. அது ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 4 பேரை தவிர மத்த எல்லாம் அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க, நல்லா பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. அது மட்டும் பார்த்துட்டு வாங்க போதும். அப்புறம் எல்லாமே ஜென்ரல் ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ். ஸோ என்னென்னலாம் கவர் பண்ணியிருக்கோமோ அதுல இருந்து தான் கொஷின்ஸ் வந்திருக்கும். சரியா? ஈஸியா தான் இருக்கும், நல்லா அட்டென்ட் பண்ணும். ஓப்பன் புக் டெஸ்ட் தானே, நீங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா போதும், ஓப்பன் புக் டெஸ்ட் ஈஸியா அட்டென்ட் பண்ணலாம். நார்மல் டெஸ்ட் மாதிரி இல்ல, ஈஸியா அட்டென்ட் பண்ணலாம். சரியாப்பா? எஸ். ஓகே கண்ணா, ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்தா மட்டும் கேளுங்க, மற்றவங்க பார்க்கலாம். தேங்க்யூ. யூ கேன் லீவ் நவ். தேங்க்யூப்பா. Thank you so much.